Welcome to another week of Weekend Roundup, where we bring to your attention some stories that you might have missed or that you could read over the weekend. Got a quick thing to start off with. I know last week we talked about AUVSI launching the Trusted Operator program. This week we have a couple of links about what other people are saying about it, so not just us. So take a look at that. And I will quickly point out there's been a trend of companies sort of creating these commercial products aimed at a certain industry or a certain function. So Parrot, which makes drones, has created a new aerial platform aimed strictly at farmers. So it's called the Bluegrass platform, I think. So take a look at that link. And Brian, what have you got for us?
So a few weeks ago, we talked about the UAS IPP program. This week, the city of San Diego actually announced that they're having a new partner, which is Skyfire Consulting, and they brought them on board to help them get beyond visual line of sight approval from the FAA. Skyfire has already worked with San Diego and helping the Chula Vista Police Department get the first two certificates of authorization. And of course, the Chula Vista Police Department is already working with San Diego, so some interesting news on that front.
Okay, yeah, then there's a lot going on with the various IPP sites, and that will continue for the next couple of years. I got a couple more things. I did an interview with Mr. Patrick Mason from Army Aviation. He's head of the PEO there. So it's very interesting. He's talking about modernizing Army Aviation, trying to do the perennial effort of streamlining acquisition. But he also had some interesting things to say about working with a younger workforce and the kind of things they're interested in. Two quick other things. Japan's Defense Department is looking to build a large unmanned underwater vehicle similar to what the U.S. Navy is seeking, but they plan to use it to patrol these remote islands that they claim and China claims as well. So that will enable them to keep an eye on the islands without having to have manned ships or aircraft there all the time. And speaking of China, at an air show there, they announced a new stealth combat unmanned aircraft that they are interested in exporting. So it'll be interesting to keep an eye on that.
And to finish things up, a couple of pieces of autonomous vehicle news. Two companies called Muji and Sensible 4 have collaborated to create what they call the first autonomous shuttle that can function in all weather conditions. Sensible 4 provided its autonomous vehicle technology, while Muji provided its vehicle design and user experience, and the shuttle is expected to undergo testing next year in 3 Finnish cities. Additionally, the University of South Florida this week, researchers at the University of South Florida presented a study on self-driving shuttles to the Hillsbury Metropolitan Planning Organization, and the board members accepted that study. So researchers say that the shuttle will provide students, faculty, and staff another way of getting around campus. So that should be fun if they do get it.
Probably wouldn't need to be as warm as the other one that will be in Finland. So.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's what we got for you this week, and we will see you next week.